बोले सोने हाल सासरी अकाल।
तो सुनानाथ अनाथ नमो सर, तो सुनादानी नमो सो पिखारी।
I started thinking about basics when my kids were little, and I was thinking what's going to be there for them. I like to remember someone who tried their best in their life to do something for the Sikh Panth and for the Guru. And no matter what little I did, that's what I could do. And I do think everybody should think about their lives, because we're not here forever. And that's my, what I'm facing in my life and my health.
ਤੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਦਾਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਰਦਾਸਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ।
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The Khalsa is of the Almighty Guru Ji God. The victory is the victory of the Almighty Guru Ji God. Bhai Jagraj Singh Ji was an influential speaker, intellect and leader. He was born on the 3rd of June 1978. He spent 10 years of his life in India up to the age of 11, with his dad being a part of the Indian Army. His first two languages were Hindi and English, and he only actually learnt Punjabi when he came into Sikhi. As Jagraj Baji said, we say Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So this Hindi base was helpful in learning Gurmukhi, with it being a language being accessible to all of India. Coming back to England, he grew up in Hounslow, London, and he had a haircut. He went to university studying PPE, Politics, Philosophy and Economics, at the University of Oxford. And through studying philosophy, he started questioning life. Why we've come to this earth, what's our aim of life? And after hearing what the Greek philosophers Plato and Aristotle had to say, he wanted to know what Guru Sahib had to say about all of this. But he felt like there was no one to tell him. It was after his second year of university when he met a man in Oxford who lived near him, and he started speaking to him about Sikhi. The Singh was called Bhai Singh. And one day he offered Baji a lift back to his house, and then he asked him if he wanted to do Simran with him. Baji didn't really know what he meant by they were going to do Simran together, so he went along with him. They got to a room, and there was a Polish Christian man who loved to play the guitar. Alongside him playing the guitar, Bhai Singh starts singing. He starts singing Vaheguru, and everyone else there in the room starts singing along. Baji stated that he was there thinking, what are they doing? He thinks, okay, he's there anyway already, so he might as well join in. So he too starts saying Vaheguru. He says, just something happened to me, It was a mental experience. It wasn't anything physically attaching me to anywhere else on my body. It was just like in my mind. I felt this. It's hard to say what it was, but it was more than an overwhelming experience. At the same time, it felt like an awakening, and it almost felt like I was being absorbed into something. He says it was quite scary because I didn't know what it was. It felt real. It felt like it was the right thing to do, but it also felt quite scary. He says he pulled himself back straight away, and he felt like it was just too much for him because he'd never been told what Simran was and what we're trying to do with Sikhi. That was Baji's first experience of Simran, which left him a bit confused. This led him to start reading about Sikhi more, finding about what spirituality from a Sikhi perspective is. And he realized that what he experienced was like an awakening, and it was actually a very blessed moment to have had that experience. He believed that from some previous life's karams and Guru Sahib Ji's blessing, he felt that whatever he had experienced, by just saying Vaheguru just a few times, that sparked something within him. And there's more to life than just the mundane, as he said. Although he was scared the first time, he wanted to have that experience again. He soon saw people handing out leaflets at a gurdwara on a stall to come to a Sikhi camp. So he thought this would be a good idea as to where to find out more about Sikhi. He went to the Boss Sikhi camp, run by the British Organisation of Sikh Societies, and he was saying how there was Simran every morning, a darbar every evening, and actual young people interested in Sikhi doing part. This time, although Jagraj Singh tried to pay attention to the boards which had Romanized writing on for those who didn't know Gurmukhi, to follow the Kirtan, but he was more interested in the Simran because Jagraj Baji would join in with the Simran and he felt like it would make him connect. This time, he says it wasn't as scary. It was more blissful, and he filled with love towards Guruji, with the Sangat's love rubbing off on him. And this, he says, is what Guru Sahib's Bani says. Sadh Sangat ke asare prabh syo rang lai. With the help of the Sadh Sangat, we start to fall in love with God. So this divine experience is what Jagraj Singh saw as God, the experience of God. He started falling in love with this experience, with God, with Guruji, because it was Guruji that was helping him have that experience. He went to an Amrit Villa Darbar at the camp, and through these experiences of Simran, he realized that Sikhi made perfect sense, that Guruji is real, and he's been there to give God, he's here even to give God to us, to give that experience of God to us. There were speakers at the camp, a Mahapurush came down, and there was already a Mahapurush there. So the great vibes from these holy people, the amazing stories of the Gurujis in the evenings, gave love from all places for Baji. But the Simran solidified everything for him. In the camp, Jagraj Singh lined up in the Sangat to receive a Hukamnama one day, where he asked Guru Sahib whether he should go to India to learn Gurmukhi because his now aim was to take Amrit. But he knew that he had little knowledge about Bhat and Bani. Maharaj, through the Hukamnama, actually told Baji straight to take Amrit. The command was made. Baji explained that he was a bit scared and he felt not ready. But then he realized that he doesn't know if he was ready. Only Guruji knows. As the Sikh, he realized that he should just listen and do what he's told. Guruji's there to tell him. The camp was finishing and he told people that he was going to take Amrit. Then a Singh, Bhutta Singh, told Baji he needed his Panch Kakar. At this point, Baji didn't even know what the Panch Kakar were, like he didn't have them. This Singh was another Singh who supported Baji with his path into Sikhi. Bhutta Singh used to do Kirtan to Binti Chope Sahib, which Baji loved in a classical theme. When Jagraj Singh said he wanted to take Amrit, many people were telling him he may not be ready or it's too soon. But when he told Bhutta Singh smiled and then he went away for a bit. About half an hour later, he returned with a shastar and gave it to Baji.
People that were there at the camp many years ago, they'll know that somehow Sikhi just came into my life. Within a week, it just seemed just the normal thing to do to take Amrit. And that's all the kirpa of the Sangat.
Baji encouraged Sangat to go to Sikhi camps. He explained how they're like stepping out onto the other side of like a matrix world. He says in Sikhi camp, everything's different. In the normal world, you're meant to care about your outer appearance and how you look like, and about everything else as well. At the camp, You care about getting to the Amrit Villa program as opposed to avoiding it. Whereas normally at home at the Gurdwara, you're trying to avoid the programs. People turn up late so they can just turn up for the bhog and then they just go. But here, you're turning up early so that you can learn more, so that you can have that ras. It's the complete opposite of the world. It's really powerful, he says. By really enjoying the experience and through the love and pyar of the Gursikhs, he took Amrit straight after these few days of the camp in the year 2000. The Sangat and Simran was so powerful that even without knowing Path or Kirtan, just by being inspired by Sikhi, it led him to be Amritari. Baji didn't understand Punjabi at this point, so when he told the Sangat he was going to take Amrit, there was another Singh there who had been keeping his Raat for a couple of years now. And he said, Baji, if you're ready, I'm going to take Amrit too, I'm ready too. He translated the Amrit Sanchar for Baji and told him what he needed to do and what the Panj Pyare was saying to him and what to follow. Soon after, Baji also began his journey where he learnt Punjabi, what he had initially asked Maharaj about. He went to Chandigarh at a sanstha set up by Western Sikhs, where he learnt Santhya and Gurmukhi for 6 months. He later went to Darbar Sahib for a little while, where he carried on with his Santhya. Baji married Sukhmani Kaur on the 13th of December 2009 and completed his Anand Karaj Sanskar. He says, so it's our responsibility to step up. We really are the Guru's children, and if this is our house is under attack. We can't just sit there on the sideline and say, oh well, someone should come and save my house. I want to feel that I'm his son and get involved. And I really wanted to do something more, he said. He said he really wanted to do something more important in my life than just make money and have a big house and look after myself. So one day Jagraj Singh was sat at work contemplating what he was actually doing for the Panth. He felt like he was taking from Maharaj through doing his Path and his Nitnem, but he wanted to give back as well. He again took a hukamnama from Maharaj and got the go-ahead to do whatever he wants to do, and not to worry about things like money and Maya. Jagraj Singh looked on the internet for what videos were there to do with Sikhi, and the top hit that was actually on YouTube was a Muslim man answering questions about Sikhi, but no actual Sikhs answering them. And there was little Sikhi influence on YouTube alone. Jagraj Singh uploaded a video of himself speaking about Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and almost instantly he was called to Canada to do a katha. Soon, Maharaj gave more opportunities to Jagraj Singh by giving him a slot at Park Avenue Gurdwara in Southall to do katha there on a weekly basis and to explain translation and meaning of the Mool Mantar. So Baji started with the Mool Mantar, and as he was learning, he would teach. And then taking the advice from a friend, he continued into Japji Sahib Katha. And what he would do, he would take the Punjabi Katha and he would translate it into English, making it more accessible for the UK Sangat and for Sangat who speak English. Soon enough, starting from 1 video a week, it became 2 or 3 videos, and it grew to the point that Baji didn't have time for his business anymore, and he had to make a decision, either leaving his business or leaving making the videos. With the popular videos taking over, Jagraj Singh again asked Maharaj what to do, and he got the full answer of doing his videos full time.
It's all come from the work that Maharaj has blessed me to do. You know? Me, myself, I was just a normal businessman. Me and my mate just working away, making money. That is me. What this is, basics and E13, Sikh PA, this is all come from your support. It's all come from your love. So, I just want to do a beinti to everybody that support that legacy, keep it alive.
During Jagraj Singh's travel to India, a Gyaniji asked him, to Canada. A Gyaniji asked him, what's wrong with you Sikhs? They were so confused. They answered, nothing's wrong with us, what's wrong with us? The Gyaniji replied, you Sikhs have been in Canada for 100 years now, yes? So in those 100 years, You couldn't even make one Canadian Pracharak. So Baji thought about this. Setting up the charity, he set Basics of Sikhi to be a Prachar charity. More and more people got on board, meaning more and more people, there were more and more relatable Guru Sikhs that people could speak to and learn from. This was in 2012, and 5 years later, today, Basics of Sikhi videos have grown, and there's currently 1,584 videos just on the Basics site. But there's now also many, many more sites which spread Guruji's message. The street prachar and the Q&A videos show the aspects of Sikhi which aren't talked about as much. Not like the usual ethics or morals spoken about, but the deeper connection and Guruji's message in how to connect to God. Instead of answering how and what, Basics began at the forefront of asking why. Why do we do what we do? From Everything 13, the organisation, Baji established the platform for Sikh PA, a media organisation to contact when any media organisation needs to cover Sikh-related stories. Baji's wife heads Mighty Khalsa, which just distributes kids' books, puzzles for kids to learn and to interact.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, "Ik Onkar, there is only one Vaheguru for the whole world." And Guru Angad Dev Ji made Gurmukhi alphabet Ura Era.
Kiddy Sangat, which allows for parents and a toddler playgroup to sing and craft, immersing children in Sangat and the Guru stories. The Basics of Sikhi Academy, which trains Pracharaks firsthand. The Amritsar Prachar Centre, which is to distribute leaflets and information in all languages about Sri Harmandir Sahib and the history. And of course, Basics of Sikhi, the YouTube channel, social media brand, printing and flyer material for an educational campaign of spreading Guruji's wisdom.
Firstly, I'm really glad to Maharaj that they gave me advance warning of my sort of early departure. Flights came in early, so I'm really thankful that I got a bit of time to plan with the family, with the charity. Otherwise, Harinder would be saying what video was the priority list, and no one would know. Because
There's so much that Jagraj Baji has done in these few years. Jagraj Baji's vision of Sikhi being taught in Gurdwara, UK-born bilingual full-time Pracharaks and Sikhi schools is transforming from ideas into a reality. With the passion of such great Sikhs, this Panth is coming together.
ਤੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਦਾਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਰਦਾਸਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਆਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੈ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਥੇਬੰਦੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਨੇ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲਿੱਤਾ I've always been somebody who dreamed of Panthic unity, people coming together, the Panth working together. But again, sometimes you got to do something big to get that. Maharaj, so many Shabas Maharaj talks about not life as a Khalsa, but to die as a Khalsa. And our kids, they go to school and they sing, Deshiva. And then at the end, Maharaj just says to them, that even to the kids, they say, look, learn this. Ki jab aap ki yaad nidan bane, ate hiran mein tab juj maru. And I think it's important at this time that we all think about, but how can I die as a Khalsa rather than just live as a Khalsa? So Maharaj kirpa kare, dolan te rakho Prabhu, Nanak de kar hath. I want to just say one benti that Maharaj says ki bhai, thank the one who gave to you. Nasa Diwar Maharaj says ki bhai, jista ditta khavna, tis kahi hai sabas. Nanak, hukum na challe, naal khasam chale, ardas. With our Lord and Master Vaheguru, we can only do ardas, we can't do hukum. So, that's all we can do is do ardas. And ultimately, Mare Rakhe Eko Aap, Manike Kich Nahi Hat. So if Sadhguruji decides the Das has got to get on that next flight, then I'm ready for that flight. I'll be ready for 16 years, ever since Maharaj blessed me with Amrit. And I hope Maharaj keeps me ready. No one should feel that it's unfair. I've had a very nice life. You know, there's people that are having miserable lives right now. And there's nothing compared to that. And no one should feel that ardas doesn't work. Because I always ask in the post that went out, I said, don't do ardas for me to have a long life. Just do me ardas that I can stay in Maharaj's charan. And also that the family, the Khalsa, and my family also, they prosper. Yahi benti hai.
Final question for you, Jagraj, and again, we both really do appreciate you being here tonight. You talked about legacy, you know, and I want to take a moment to congratulate you on becoming a father again last week to a beautiful baby girl. Yeah. What message would you like to leave to listeners who have heard you for the first time? You know, they're going to probably now go and look into basics of Sikhi and get more of an understanding of the movement, which is what we like to call it. But then also to those people who have followed your personal journey for many number of years, who feel so affiliated with you and, as Sunny said, almost see you like a guru and a teacher. What would you like to say?
I started thinking about basics when my kids were little, and I was thinking what's going to be there for them. And I really didn't want to be somebody who just came on this earth, lived, passed away, and didn't do much for what I'm so passionate about, which is my guru. And, you know, now my little one's here, it's even more imperative for me to really build something which is long-term and lasting beyond me. So that, and I would urge everybody to think about that, about their life and about their legacy, because what do we want to be remembered by our grandkids? I have a very close friend, Sunit Tully, who talked about this at one of our camps, because we're running camps in India now, Sikhi camps, and he was talking about the legacy. And the fact is, what do you want to be remembered by? I like to be remembered as someone who tried their best in their life to do something for the Sikh Panth and for the Guru. And no matter what little I did, you know, that's what I could do. And I do think everybody should think about their lives, because we're not here forever. And as my, you know, what I'm facing in my life and my health, you realise life is precious. You've got a little bit of time. Use it for the best. Use it to do something good in this world. And then you're going to go anyway. Everybody has to go. My faith in the Guru's kept me strong. I know why he's brought me here. I understand. I'm not at all upset that I got this cancer. I just wish people realise how precious their life is and they did more with it. Because otherwise we'll waste it, or just, you know, just useless things in our life.
So, to celebrate the life of Jagraj Singh, we can all come together and put forward whatever seva we can serve. Because what one man began, a Panth can finish.
Akhri wari, maybe not akhri wari, but Pula chukan di kiya bakshni. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa,
Vaheguru
Vaheguru ji ki fateh.